Right, hello, welcome back to the xSmithyx channel, here today for a brand new video and the third of our F1 2021 season previews for Alfa Romeo Racing. Now if you have missed the previous two in this series, we've already done Haas and Williams. Do go and check them out on the channel after this. All of these are going to be added to a little playlist, so if you want to watch all of them, if they do interest you, you can do so. And as always, if you are new around here, do consider hitting that subscribe button down below to help you guys keep up to date with all the content coming up, and it does help out the channel massively, so I'd appreciate it if you do that for me. And finally, before we jump into the video, a quick reminder of how you guys can enter our 2021 F1 prize draw. So in case you missed it, on February the 1st we launched our 1k giveaway, our 2021 promotion aimed at trying to hit 1,000 followers and subscribers on our YouTube, our Twitter and on our Instagram. To do this, we are giving away over £500 of F1 prizes, ranging from team gear to F1 car models to F1 artwork. If you can think of it, we are probably giving it away. If you want to get involved in the Twitter or Instagram giveaways, links are in the description to take you to those. All you need to do is give us a follow and make sure you comment on the giveaway post. It's pinned on Twitter. You'll be able to find it on the Instagram nice and easy. Over here on YouTube, just find our introduction video, click on the info card in the top right, or it is tagged on the main page. All you need to do is go over there, leave any comment on that video, and of course, make sure you smash that subscribe button. As soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers on any of our social media platforms, a winner will be chosen for that draw. So you've got 3 chances to win, 3 chances to get involved. So best of luck, and let's get straight back into the video. So, Alfa Romeo Racing then, a very interesting team to look at in the coming season. Now the team had a very poor 2020, heavily affected by the nerf to the Ferrari power unit. They limped home to a P8 finish with a measly return of just 9 points, which was easily their worst scoring season since 2017, back when the team was Sauber. Now despite their poor performance, they did find themselves actually battling with the main Ferrari team at low downforce and high power sensitive tracks such as Spa and Monza. Now this seems to suggest that the team have quite an efficient aero package, but one that just doesn't have the downforce of most modern Formula 1 teams, and this limited their potential in the season, leaving them battling with the likes of Williams and Haas more likely than they were to fight the midfield. The team retained large parts of its technical structure and leadership from last season, which means that they will once again have to wrestle with the very difficult decision every team has to make this year: how much resources to devote to the 2021 car when there is a massive rule change on the way for next season and a limit to how much aerodynamic work they can do. So as I mentioned in the last couple of videos with Haas and Williams, Alfa Romeo are going to have a very poor baseline car to work from, as most of it is carried over from last season. So once again, to my mind, that means that they should be one of the first teams to divert all their resources and effort towards 2022 in the hope that they can make a big step forward and get back to battling in the midfield as opposed to fighting for the back as they are at the moment. However, that is not the only big decision Alfa Romeo have to make this year. They have a potentially seismic one coming up relating to their branding with Alfa Romeo and their wider Ferrari partnership. Now, as I mentioned a couple of seconds ago, 2017 was by far the worst years in Sauber's history. The team were in massive financial issues, and there were reports the team would have to pull out of Formula 1. However, Ferrari came to the rescue and they secured a technical and naming deal with Alfa Romeo for 2018, providing technical partnerships and a huge financial investment, and made them an effective Ferrari B team. Now, this was on an initial 3-year deal, signed in 2018 and ran out after last year. However, this deal was only renewed for 1 season. Now, that by itself doesn't seem like much. The deal runs out at the end of 2021, surely it's just going to get renewed, right? Well, maybe not. You see, Ferrari's involvement with the team through power unit, financial and the reserve space that Ferrari have at Alfa Romeo, all of that comes to an end at the end of 2021. So why is all of this significant? Well, for one very simple reason. Over the winter, team principal Frederick Vasseur has often been asked about this renewal and whether or not it is a formality, and he has been less than clear. He said the team currently aren't in a position to commit to Ferrari beyond 2021 and are evaluating their options, which if true could mean to a seismic split between the teams coming up. Now, if you further consider the amount of investment that Ferrari are putting into Haas at the minute, like we mentioned in the last video, with the Haas hub being made into Maranello, with Simone Resta and Jock Clear both being assigned to Haas, it does appear that Ferrari are beginning to turn their focus away from their Alfa Romeo partnership and towards the Haas team. And as we mentioned in the last video, Simone Resta was actually recalled from Alfa Romeo in the first place to enable his move to Haas to happen. this does to me seem to indicate that Ferrari are beginning to prioritise their deal with Haas, especially considering their young hotshot Mick Schumacher was placed in the Haas team rather than Alfa Romeo like I predicted towards the end of last season. Now this is a potentially huge season in the future of Alfa Romeo. If they do choose to split from Ferrari, it could leave the team in the dire financial straits that it found itself in 2017, when it had by far the worst car on the grid and had to use year-old Ferrari engines because it couldn't afford to buy up-to-date ones. This could lead to the team looking for partnerships with F1's other big manufacturers in Mercedes or Renault, and in fact there have been rumours over the winter that Renault are already trying to lure a Mercedes team away in the form of Williams. Now if that doesn't come to fruition and Alfa Romeo do consider splitting with Ferrari, it could lead to a potential link-up between what would become Sauber and the French manufacturer. Now this would be huge in the political landscape of F1, as usually we see voting blocks form based around who is the customer team of who. You have Ferrari at the minute with Haas and Alfa Romeo, who usually all vote the same way on rule changes, so losing that support for Ferrari could be massive, with Alfa Romeo going to one of their direct competitors. Whatever it is they decide to do, this is going to be a very, very interesting story to watch. Will they re-sign with Ferrari and repair that relationship, or are Alfa Romeo about to strike a new deal elsewhere? This is going to be something I definitely keep an eye on, and will probably be another video that we make when they do announce something. Now on track, Alfa Romeo named an unchanged driver lineup, to the surprise of many, myself included. Kimi Raikkonen returns for yet another season in Formula 1, and the Ferrari reserve space at Alfa Romeo has gone once again to Italian Antonio Giovinazzi. Now, heavy paddock rumours had suggested that Giovinazzi would in fact lose his seat at Alfa Romeo to one of Ferrari's up-and-coming hotshots in either Mick Schumacher, who was my pick if you watched my 2021 driver prediction video, or Callum Ilott or Robert Schwartzman. However, this didn't come to fruition, and he's been given one more season in my mind to prove himself to Alfa Romeo and to Ferrari that he deserves a seat in Formula 1. Now, the reason I think it is only a one-year deal is very, very simple. Callum Ilott does not have a drive for this season after not being able to secure an F1 drive, and Robert Schwartzman wasn't considered ready for an F1 call-up as he was only in his debut season in F2 last year. However, with one more year's experience and a potential title challenge on the way this year, that leaves Ferrari with two very talented drivers looking for a seat in F1. And if Giovinazzi doesn't impress, then to my mind that means he's going to get kicked out. The only way I can see Giovinazzi ending up at Alfa Romeo for a fourth season next year is if Kimi Raikkonen does retire. He's only signed another one-year contract with the team and he's now aged 41, which means questions about how long he's going to continue in the sport will once again be a big factor with this season. Should the Iceman decide to retire, it means Alfa Romeo will have options as to who to fill that team leader role. Obviously Nico Hülkenberg is still without a drive this season, we have the likes of Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon out of contract, as well as surprise names, maybe Valtteri Bottas if he gets replaced at Mercedes. This means there's going to be a lot of competition, and Giovinazzi is really going to have to prove himself this year to show Alfa Romeo that should Raikkonen retire, that he is the man to replace him. Personally, I don't think he's quite shown enough at this stage in his career to prove that he is going to be the next superstar driver, and I think Alfa Romeo would be much better served replacing Raikkonen if he does retire with someone from the outside and take one of the Ferrari younger hotshots who have far more potential to me in that seat for next season. So there we have it for Alfa Romeo. A bit of a shorter video this one because there isn't really too much news surrounding the team. However, the news that there is very, very important for their future. What do you think the team will do for next season? Will they re-sign with Ferrari? Are they going to go for another manufacturer? Are they going to try and do it on their own? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts, and obviously I'll be down there interacting with you guys. And it'd be very good to get this conversation started because I think it is one that is going to be very, very interesting to follow as the season goes on. Now, the next part of this series will be up in 3 days' time for the AlphaTauri season preview. So if you do want to make sure you don't miss that video, do hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell icon so you'll be notified of the next time we upload. However, that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed the video and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.